Hello, and welcome to the Movie Universe. I'm your host, Movie Fan. Today, I'll be talking about Recess. Now, I'm pretty sure just about everybody's familiar with this series because it went on for quite a while. Technically, it only lasted for 3 years. However, because it was so popular, it was kept in syndication for at least 5 or 6 more years. Once again, I'm sure everybody's familiar with this series. However, if you're not, this is how it goes. The show is about 6 fourth graders who attend 3rd Street School. IMDb claims that they make it their mission to protect other kids on the playground and to seek rational balance between conformity and individuality. I don't disagree with that thought. However, I found the show to be more about them having fun during recess, going on crazy adventures, and dealing with all the colorful characters they got at the school. And believe me, they got some really colorful characters. TJ is the leader of the group. He often gets them all into trouble, but he always seems to find a way to get through it. Ashley is what I would call the tough girl on the block, because she's tough. She seems to be like the muscle in the whole thing, you know what I mean? Stereotypical, but likable. Vince is pretty much the sports kind of guy, and he's also the cool character. Gretchen is the stereotypical nerd. I'm sure you already figured that out, though. Gus, you could tell he's pretty much the dork in the whole group. The kids hang around him and they like him, but really he has no other friends but them. Mikey is what I would call the gentle giant. I say that because he's a real nice guy. He's got a big heart. He's always there to help friends who are in need. And as you already noticed, he's the biggest one in the group, hence the giant part. That was our main cast of characters. As for the other characters we got, we have King Bob, who rules the playground with his minions. Principal Prickly, who obviously is the principal and tries to keep things in line. And then there's Miss Finster, the very tall, mean-looking old lady, who is tough, but she's always looking out for the kids. She's the kind of person who she's constantly watching what you do to make sure you don't do anything wrong, but she has your best interests at heart. If you thought that little old lady from the stupid Madagascar movies was tough, then you haven't seen Miss Finster in action. I say that because the kids both fear and respect her. There is another reason why I say that, but I cannot cover that until I talk about the movie. As I'm sure you've already guessed, this all takes place during recess, hence the name. That's not to say that there weren't times that it took place after school or out of recess. Either way, the show lives up to its name. Believe it or not, the series was actually created by Disney. It was part of their Saturday morning lineup on local TV. And it was a popular show because it was so unique compared to all the other shows that Disney had ever done before. For instance, when IMDb said that they tried to find the balance between individuality and conformity, there is some truth to that because all the characters on the playground seem to have their own individual groups, except for our main characters. I'll give you a few examples. There's some who act like wild animals, some who act like geniuses. That was very interesting because, ironically, that's not too far off from how it really is during recess. Usually when you went on to recess, you stuck with your own group of friends. It wasn't anything like this, but I do kind of see where they got it from. What's even more interesting is how the characters look. I say that because unlike Disney's traditional work with television and movies, the colors don't pop out at you or look fantastic like a piece of art, but that's one of the things that makes it so unique. If anything, I would say the shade of color and all that is a lot like King of the Hill. And what can I say? When you got a TV show that 90% of the time takes place during recess, and you got all these colorful individual characters, you really got a good thing going here. Of course, anything I say will not do it justice. To really understand what I'm driving at, you'd have to watch this show for yourself. And I strongly suggest you do, because it's pretty amazing. There's never been a show like this before, and there's never been one like it since. So if you ever get the time, look it up. I think you'll like it. This is Movie Fan, signing off.